Hello campers and RVers. I wanted to give you a quick update on the repairs that I've made on my travel trailer. It's been a while on some of those repairs, and I've had personal requests from some of my subscribers asking me for updates on how the repairs are maintaining and the work that I did on it. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and show you the repairs that I did and show you the status of them. So on the exterior, one of the first repairs that I made a video on, I should say, because I've made tons of repairs on this, but that I actually made a video on was the wastewater holding tank. The actual holder right here, if you go back and look at any of my videos, you see I did a couple of videos on this where this thing was not staying in place, but it's done a great job. I put roughly 7,000 miles on it and it's still staying in place, so I'm really happy with that repair. Next area that I repaired was the trim. All of this trim was coming loose, and went ahead and fixed that and staying in place, no issues. My Starlink install here where the cable TV outlet was that I did, it's working great. You can see this is the outlet for the Starlink. It works great. Just plug it in and it's ready for internet access. No problems. The Blue Ox trailer hitch, I provided some maintenance on it, or did some maintenance on it, and I also painted it. And it's looking good, it's working great, and maneuvers very easy because of greasing each of the little areas inside. And I don't remember the proper name for those little ends inside there that you have to grease, but it's working great, and it looks much better now that I've got a fresh coat of paint on there. The batteries I replaced over the summer, and I put 2 new wet batteries in, and they're working great, no problems. Again, I love wet batteries. I think they're super underrated, super easy to put in, and you can find them at any store pretty much, whatever town you're traveling through. Whenever you have battery issues, you can go to any Walmart, Kmart, stores like that, or a Track Auto store, and Home Depot, whatever, and pick batteries up. So the wet batteries are very easy to find, and they're very economical. So they're working out great. My propane tank issue that I experienced last year at Quartzsite with no propane, even though both propane tanks were full. Working out fine. I'm so glad I was able to fix that. So that was a fairly easy fix, and I'm so glad that I have that knowledge under my belt in case that creeps up again. So those are all the repairs I did on the exterior that I did videos on. So we'll go ahead and go into the interior, and I'll show you the status of those repairs that I've done. So the first thing is the table. I am so pleased with the outcome of the table. I worked so hard on that and had so many problems with it, and it's working great, and it's staying in place, and I get to use it. That's one of my favorite parts of this RV, is that little dinette area, and the table isn't going anywhere. So the solution I have to keep the cushions on, the swivel eye bolt solution, where I made this cord and have this swivel eye bolt on here. Used it with a Harbor Freight type gun type thing. Anyways, it's working out wonderful. The cushions stay in place. I don't have any problems with finding cushions all over the floor when I come in here after RVing, so I'm really happy with that solution. It's just remembering to put it on there before I depart. The laminate, that's another thing that I fixed, was the laminate. It's doing fantastic. You can see it's not coming apart anymore. The glue job I did was fantastic. I'm so happy with that. This is inside my closet. If you can remember, this entire door panel was coming apart and it's staying in place. So I'm very happy over that. So an update on these grass hinges, the 6065G. I really struggled with them in the video that I did a while back. I showed you guys where my struggles were, but I think I cracked the code on this, and I'm really excited about it. So I have an upcoming video to show you the latest on the grass hinges, on repairing them when the this part comes away from the plate. So I'm excited to show you that in an upcoming video. On my current trip, this hinge broke. I've replaced this at least 2 or 3 times. They're just cheap. It's just not a very good solution. But that's it on the laminate. And again, it's doing pretty good. I would say there are a few areas. I would say that there are a few areas that didn't do as well. Like right here, it's not perfect. It's not all that bad, but this is where the radio is. You can see right here, it's still coming up a little bit, but I was not able to get the glue in there real good. I'll just have to redo that. But most of the other parts I did, they're working out great. The beer holder solution has worked out great with using the bungee cord, and haven't had any issues with it sliding all over the trailer. The only problem that I'm having is that I travel through such extreme elevations, and I get back in the trailer and find that the beer cans have exploded inside of the box, and I have beer all over the floor, which I'm not into wasting beer. So I've had to move the beer box out into the truck so that if it does explode, it's just outside, not inside the trailer. Please excuse this box. I am not a Cowboys fan. You have to buy beer where you can, and I am definitely a Redskin fan. So not happy about it, but you know, you got to get what you can get in the towns that you're traveling through. This is that small area that I patched up on the floor. You can barely see it. We've got sand in the trailer right now because we're at the national park, but that's doing really well. It's not coming up, so I'm happy over that. Here's the towel rack. If you can remember, I was going down the road and pulled over at a rest area, and it was all in pieces on the floor, and I was able to repair that, and it stayed intact so far, so I didn't have to buy another one. So we'll see how long that'll last. So the next area is the curtains. As you can remember, I removed all of the curtains and washed them. Had a little bit of a challenge removing them from this rack area. Got some comments on there that all I needed to do was remove this little piece, but unfortunately it wasn't that easy. Had to take it to the hardware store. Anyways, the only issue I have is I probably should have used a little bit of starch in the curtains when I put them back up, because they do like to kind of curl down a little bit, and if I would have used a little bit of starch, that might be a little bit better. So I just have to make sure that I kind of train them to go up a little bit. But other than that, they're clean, they look nice, and I'm happy that I took the time to clean those curtains. So an update on the propane stove, the Dometic propane stove. If you've seen my video on fixing this burner, it's starting to give me some trouble not wanting to stay lit. I can get it to stay lit, but it's just starting to get a little persnickety. So in the future, next week or so, I'll be taking it apart to see if there's a loose screw in there. But other than that, it's been working fine. So I'm not sure. I've been down some rough roads lately and might have loosened something up. And as you saw in my previous video, that was the cause of the problem of it not working. So I'm gonna tackle that project here in the near future. So the last area is the storage cabinet underneath the sink. I had made my own solution for the back of the cabinet because items would constantly fall behind the sink and you pretty much had to take everything apart in order to get the Tupperware or items that fell behind there. And I made this solution out of some material I got out of out of Joann Fabrics, the fabric store, and it's working great. And I've been on some real rough roads and you'd think that thing would fall down, and it hasn't, and nothing fell behind the sink. So I'm super happy so far with that solution. Well, that'll wrap it up. I just wanted to give my subscribers an update on the repairs that I made and what things are working and what things aren't. And so that's pretty much it. I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you again.